madaxweynaheeno soo dhawow madaxweynaheeno soo dhawow madaxweynaheeno soo dhawow madaxweynaheeno soo dhawow shacabku ku salaamaya satirkay ha ku ilaaliye shacabku ku salaamaya satirkay ha ku ilaaliye saadaal qurxooniyo sinaaniyo cadaalad baan saadaal qurxooniyo sinaaniyo cadaalad baan kama wada sugaynaaye saldhigaagu waa sharafey sahankaagu waa guuley socdaalkaagu waa nabadee safarkaagu waa qayrey iyo semaad barwaaqaadee soo dhawow madaxweynaheeno soo dhawow.
Public service is about being a public servant. Public service is about being what? A public servant. Hii kazi ni kazi ya watu. It's what? Ni kazi ya watu. I don't tell you that I'm going to be perfect. No. No one is perfect. Human beings are full of ailings and weaknesses and wickedness and mistakes. So I will make mistakes. But one thing I commit to you, I will come back to this group, Mutaniona Kampazenu. I will focus on is big impact issues. Big impact, like the bursary issue, which I will discuss. I want to focus on big impacts. In management, we call them BHAG, B-H-A-G, big, hairy, audacious goals. I want to focus on big goals. This is an opportunity for Wajir County. For you, if you help me get into office, I promise you, in one term, if Wajir doesn't look different, I will not seek a second term. I will not. Pelekeni message mbali. Waxaan idinka codsana fariintan meel walba gaarsiiya. Kuwa badana waxa maqlaysin iyo ataagi doono oo qaar waa is just out of envy, you know. Some comrades of mine will say, oh, ninkan waa yar yahay. What is young about 47? What is young about 47? The Quran was revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the age of 40. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considered him at the age of 40 mature to receive revelation. Then afartan ito maxawahar konton asbu suxda. Xawahar gabar 20 jir dhan dhal maxawahar. Oo qaaradaha adduunka li ka soo shaqeey. Kuwaas waa kuwa ayaga kursiga rab inay meel ku qarsadaan. Oo Karen Irunda ku dhuntaan. Waxaad sheegaysiin. You guys hit the pavement. Start campaigning for me. Na muambie kama wewe ni kabila yangu hakuna shida. Tutakutafutia siti nyingine. Mimi siwezi ingilia MCA, siwezi ingilia MP, siwezi ingilia any other office. Vote as you wish. But give me a chance for the first time. Let people say Wajir County voted again across clan lines. Mnisikia? Watu waseme huyu jamaa alikuja akaconvince watu wa Wajir wote to vote across clan lines. Hata kama kuna governor mwingine kabila yako, vote for me. I promise to come back to you. I promise to go to every sub-county. I promise to make sure things are shared equitably. What equal? Equitably. There has to be a sense of justice. We share a county. Hakuna kabila moja inaishi kwa hii county. We are majority. My clan as the Godia is majority. But you know, that cuts both ways. It cuts both ways. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. If we are responsible unto each other and for each other, if we are majority, it doesn't mean we take everything. We have to share. Also within the Godia, if you are majority, yes, we have to make sure resources go equitably to the larger populations. The county government and the government of devolution, a government we have not fully harnessed. Feria, dawladii hore waxa loo sheegaa waxyaalaha ay qabatay. Laakiin waxyaalo ka waaweyn la sameyn karaa ka waaweyn waxay qabatay. Lacagta county soo gal waa lacag aad u badan. Waxa ka daran mid the international donors, developmental relationships and the private sector laga qaadi karo oo wax fiican lagu qaban karo. Let's not go forward and not backwards. Man yala We go forwards and not backwards. Now, this issue of exam fees came up a lot. A lot, exam fees. In this day and age, when we have a devolved government, there has to be a process. The governor's office must have a process for receiving grievances from the students who are originally from Wajir County. Hakuna mambo ya kutafuta governor peke yake. I'm going to have a student liaison in my office. Menisikia? I am going to have a student liaison who is a paid full-time staff in my office. And there will be an email. Students at wajircountygovernor.org will create one. Tutatengeza email na hiyo email itasomwa. Nimeulizwa kama kwa nini mimi ni digital governor. Mimi ni digital governor because we have to deploy technology. This is 2021. Hii mambo ya kufukuzana na watu, kuwatafuta kwa mahoteli, kuwaomba. When these are public resources. We're going to put up a domain that you can register as a Wajir student. I will ask my staff to give me a database of every Wajirian who's in a higher institution of learning. Menielewa? I will have a database. Even those studying abroad, I want to know. If you're from Wajir and you're studying in Pakistan or Turkey or Malaysia or America or the UK, I want to know. Because you are the most important. So the issue of exam fees, my office will have access to you. If you are a student, come and see me. Take this clip. Save this clip. I know you guys are good in this. Musave na munitumie. Nikikuwa elected, muniambie, Siyad, so ulituambia exam fees utatulipia. Hakuna shida. I'm going to set up a process. Okay? Even if I go find matching funds from other donors, mimi sitaki mtu asifanye exam kwa sababu hana exam fees. If you've already tried, your job is to study. Your job should be to hit the books. We should try to find resources for you. I'm not saying I'll solve every problem of everyone, but at least there'll be a process. Now, let me speak about the bursary. Financial aid in most places, in most advanced countries, financial aid has two ways of processing or decision making. There is need-based and merit-based. Let me repeat. Financial aid given to a student in most advanced countries have either need-based, meaning you are financially needy, you're from an indigent or poor family, or you are merit-based because you're an advanced student who's a stellar student who's worthy of being given a scholarship. Tumeelewana? My government is going to do both. We're going to do both. The bursary is going to go to every sub-county, and you're going to have equitable distribution. Hakuna, I'm not going to give scholarships to my relatives. No. No. I'm sorry if you're my relative. No. Hakuna, I will give you my personal donation. I will give you my personal donation. But if we have to have a database, first of all, I'm going to work with these guys. Kina Zakaria, I'm going to ask them, and Ahmed, I'm going to ask them to give me a database of all the students, first of all, so I know what I'm dealing with. We need to do a complete needs assessment. How many Wajirians are at each campus? Then when the bursary comes, we have to look at the poorest of most, because we may not have enough money. My first job is to try to increase the pie, to get more money, to make sure we can pay for everyone. But if we can't pay for everyone, we have to focus on those who are most financially needy. Then we can look at merit, those who are studying STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. You know, folks who are in medical school, dental school, who might be, and teachers. I'm told there's a teaching problem in Wajir. Yeah? I was told there's a real issue of teachers. We must pay for teachers. I'm going to make sure if you're studying teaching and you're from Wajir, we make sure we pay for your fees if you can't afford them. Because I've been told teaching is a significant problem. And siyasadan, laga fiirinin, arinta qabiilka daraadeed. Aan lidin sheegin, hebel waasan, waxaad dhahdeen, bal safartan, ninkan aan ku nasiibsano. Aniga waxaan ninka ballan qaadi inaan in soo laabto. Time and again. I promise I'm going to talk to your student leaders. I'll try to visit each of your campuses at least once a year. At least once a year, if not more. One of the suggestions, one of the proposals I'm going to make today is for me to get more money to pay for your bursaries. I'm going to take some of the county budget, especially the amounts of money that are non-discretionary funds that are not fixed, say for healthcare, for instance, the monies that are for development. I'm going to take a chunk of that money, somewhere between 50 to 100 million. Listen to me very carefully. This is very important. We're going to take it and create a private equity fund. Some of you might know investments. We're going to create a private equity fund that invests in the Nairobi Stock Exchange market and that invests in market securities. So we can get return on investment. If we take 100 million that belongs to Wajir County, put it in the public domain. Si yangu, kila mtu aone ni public. We call it a Wajir fund. We invest. We give it to professional investors to invest on behalf of Wajirians. What I'm going to do is to create a board of Wajir people, 5 to 6 persons comprising of all clans, to be board members. What I'm proposing, this is transformative. Munisikize, don't explain, you guys are genius university students. You can explain that on my behalf to our voters. We're going to take the returns. Let's say we make 10%. Most of the time, the market returns somewhere between 5 to 10%. Even if you invest in mutual funds, that's a very conservative instrument of investments. We'll take, what's 10% of 100 million? 10 million, right? We will have 10 million every year of profits that can go into bursaries, extra money. That was not there. If we invest, if we get better returns, if we get 20%, that's 20 million. My commitment is to put all that into bursaries. And by the way, Wajir doesn't lose that money. It sits in a fund. The fund continues growing. You understand? Those guys who are doing econ and business management can explain this. لعقت أنقادنا وان investigarenina وحي كسر بحو كلي أيان بازري كبحنينا لعقت ماشي سيتا عليسا سنة البابو ويكسي كرديسا سنة كان هذا بقول مليون هاد next year وحنغني بقول كونتون مليون وحنغني 200 million. I want to keep it until the day it becomes a billion shillings belonging to Wajir County that goes to bursaries. You guys together with me? It can be done. It can be done if we get the right leaders. And I'm going to choose people who have a track record of helping students. And I will make sure there's a student member of that commission. I will make sure that every year when you graduate, that person steps down. You take another student to put them on the board. Why? Because we have to get a student to be able to report that mimi na hawa watu watano hatuwezi enda kujifichana kuona tuchukue hiyo pesa. Nataka kuona mwanafunzi hapo awe ana report, si ndio? Okay.